Hello, everybody, and welcome to IntyCenter 1957, where on July the 5th, I'll be recording a special July the 4th edition of IntyCenter to talk about games that happened the week of June the 1st, half a century ago. But enough with the tiny, whiny, wibbly wobbly stuff. Let's get down to baseball, and we will start with the fact that Charlie Bender was absolutely great for Stone Temple Seattle Pilots in the opener against Let's Play 2. He tossed a complete game shutout, giving up 7 hits, striking out 3. Roger Clemens, not great in that one. He gave up 7 runs on 6 hits, 4 exits after just 3 2/3 innings pitched. Willie Mays had 2 doubles. Heavy Johnson drove in a pair, and Barry Bonds drew 4 walks. Simulator proves to be real. STSP win that one 8-0. Up 5-3 heading into the ninth. The Family Madrigal got an RBI triple from Tommy Holmes and a 2-run homer from Hardy Richardson. What seemed superfluous turned out to be much-needed insurance runs as Joe DiMaggio hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth. That brought Bert Dorr out of the pen, and he gave up a single, then a double play, then a double, then a ground out to finally end it. And the Family Madrigal get the win much closer than they would have liked, 8-6. Lou Gehrig hit a 2-run homer in the first. Scott Rowland hit a 2-run homer in the eighth, and Amos Rusi gave up 1 run on 9 hits. Bandwagoners top Siffy 5-1 to open that series. Rube Waddell and Dazzy Vance were both cruising as Game of Thrones held a 1-0 lead heading into the bottom of the eighth. But Waddell would issue a couple of walks, and Pete Browning would make him pay, hitting a 3-run homer to put Shaq up 3-1. Home Run Baker, though, would live up to his name and lead off the ninth with a homer, making it 3-2. John Olerud would get a 2-out single. Archie Vaughn would walk to give the throws a chance, but Vance would get Buck Leonard to ground out to end the game with a 3-2 win for Shaq. Harmon Killebrew hit a pinch hit solo homer in the bottom of the ninth, and George Sisler hit a 2-out, 2-run homer later that inning as Let's Play 2 rallied to tie the game at 4 and send it to extra innings. But in the top of the 10th, Stone Temple Seattle Pilots would score 3, with Trevor Hoffman's first pitch of the game being a wild pitch that ends up scoring John Montgomery Ward. Let's Play 2 would get 2 singles in the bottom of the 10th, but Johnny Vandermeer would retire Ben Zobrist to end the wild affair. Hey, we don't normally highlight offense with Diamondbacks on IntyCenter, but the second game versus the Zodiac Guardians belonged to Cleveland's own Big Ed Delahunty. Big Ed with a homer, 2 doubles, 4 hits, 2 runs batted in, and 4 runs scored. Diamondbacks down the Zods 10-3. New arrival Dutch Leonard tossed 8 innings of shutout baseball, and Shane Bieber slammed the door on the defending champions in the ninth. A Luis Arias 2-run double in the sixth were the only runs as Johnny Wright takes the hard luck loss with a 2-0 win, and the new look Gales take 2 out of 3 from the Family Madrigal. As we switch dance partners, we start with a 9th inning Derek Jeter single, tying the game between the Zods and the Kings of the North at 6. We'd need extra innings and quite a few of them to decide a winner. That winner would come when Bobby Cox went to Jose Mesa, and Mesa gave up a walk-off homer to the first batter he faced, Cristobal Torriante, and the Game of Thrones win it 7-6 in 13 innings. Zodiac Guardians end up wasting a day featuring 2 homers and 3 walks from Big Mac. Sandy Koufax goes 8 innings, gives up 1 run on 5 hits, and takes the no decision. That's because Ray Brown tosses a complete game 3-hitter, giving up 1 run, and that run came on a 2-run double given up by Charlie Sweeney to Josh Gibson. Gales take it 2-1. George Brett had him a day against performance enhancers pitching. Across the doubleheader, thanks to the rainout the day before, Brett collected 6 hits, including a double, a triple, and a homer, with 3 runs scored and 3 driven in. I almost posted the George Constanza meme. George Brett hit for the cycle. Yeah, in a doubleheader. The Family Madrigal sweep the doubleheader, though. They take the opener 4-1. They take the nightcap 8-3. Satchel Paige, his ERA now under 1, sitting at a swank 0.97 after another dominant performance over Gales in November. Paige tossed a complete game shutout, giving up 6 hits. Bullet Rogan tagged with the hard luck loss here. He gives up 3 runs. The Diamondbacks win that one 3-0. I posted a meme about it, but we'll cover it on IntyCenter as well. For the second time in 3 days, Jose Mesa took the loss in extra innings and a walk-off without registering an out. In the bottom of the 12th, Mesa gave up a single to Archie Vaughn, then walked the bases loaded by issuing free passes to Babe Ruth and Albert Bell. John Olerud then singled in the winning run. Game of Thrones win at 5-4 in 12 innings. Speaking of familiar stories, and what's an all too familiar stories for the Demon Bags, Grasshopper Jim Whitney and Noodles Hahn were outdueled by Ed Walsh and Shane Bieber. Whitney tossed 7, giving up 2 runs on 7 hits, and Hahn tossed 2 scoreless innings of relief. But Walsh tossed 8 shutout innings, and Bieber slammed the door in the 9th despite having an inherited runner on base. The Gales topped the D-Bags 2-0 thanks to solo homers from Josh Gibson and Bullet Rogan. And we'll end this week by saying poor Doc Gooden. 2 runs on 5 hits over 8 innings, and he'll take his second hard luck loss this week. Check out the box score on that one. Trust me, it was a great game. That's going to do it this week for our time traveling adventures on IntyCenter. We'll see you next time for our favorite player this year, John Montgomery Ward, to get highlighted again and again, to see the D-Bags offensive struggles and to see who pisses off Sean this week. Catch us next time on IntyCenter.